Okay, well, let's have a closer look at this old town of Barcelona. It's made up of the Gothic Quarter, another district called El Born, and El Raval. That's where my hotel was when I stayed there. The actual people living there are Roman Catholics, Protestants, Orthodox Christians, Jewish, Muslim groups, Hindu, Buddhist and Sikh communities. So it's enormously multicultural. It has a huge population of immigrants now. The local Barcelonians, sadly, their population in the old town is gradually decreasing. The influx of immigrants and tourists have, of course, forced prices up with everything, food and veg, restaurants, the rising cost of rentals and the cost of real estate. So their population is gradually decreasing as the decades go by. People who are moving into this area are foreigners, expats, digital nomads are on the increase. It's also got a high student population because the universities are reasonably close by. Many of the apartments you'll see on the second, third and fourth floors of these old buildings are given as short-term rentals for tourists. So that doesn't help. You know, that there's a lot of people moving out of the area who are generational Barcelonians because of over-tourism. Just the sheer volume of tourists coming into this area has put a lot of them off, and they're moving out of Barcelona. I noticed that when you're walking around, a lot of the businesses on the ground floor are operated by immigrants. And so there's a real feeling of wanting to progress by these people, obviously. They've come to this new great city of Barcelona and they want to make money. It's as simple as that. And you do get a feeling that there's urgency with the way business is done. Sometimes it's not always authentic or in the real tourism spirit. They're trying to make money, of course, and if you like that sort of rushed effect on you as a tourist, well, that's fine, but I found it was a little bit over the top in a lot of areas. You didn't really feel like you're respected as a tourist. It's a sort of a take it or leave it sort of an attitude on a lot of the businesses there, and the prices are not cheap. So that's just an observation I made as a foreigner there on a short-term tourist stay. Well, welcome to the Gothic Quarter of Barcelona. Different to anything I've ever seen, I think. But all these streets, and none of them are in a grid pattern. They're all going at different angles. I've got lost here the last 2 nights trying to come back to my hotel. I'm normally pretty good when I go out at night in different places because I can identify things as I'm walking. But here, because these narrow laneways, they all look the same and they're not straight. They're not in grid pattern. So if you're coming home, and it's very hard to find out which laneway you walked down previously to get home. I'm being very cautious tonight because I've walked down here. I know if I go straight back onto here, I'll get back to my centre square where the hotel is. But as you can see, it's quite a big Muslim area here, the Gothic Quarter. The other night I went to a restaurant where they were serving kebabs and Istanbul food, and I felt like a beer, and I said, "Can I have a beer?" And they said no. No alcohol on the premises here. So that was that's something you've got to contend with. But yeah, there's people walking around all the time. There's people on the move. With houses, accommodation at the top and small businesses on the bottom levels. Just about every small or ground level place is a business of some description. Fruit and veg or bakeries are pretty popular here too, I've noticed. There's the butcher. So there we go, you can go down there, you go there, there's one there, one there, one down there. If it's dark and you're trying to get home, good luck. Even the GPS has trouble trying to... I've got caught with GPS twice, 2 nights. It doesn't seem to know its way either. So yeah, it's all very interesting though, I love it. It's a real melting pot, this section of Barcelona. This building's a little bit better than the others. Seems to have been refurbished or renovated. I'm not sure about air conditioning. You don't see a lot of air conditioners. Oh yeah, someone's got them on the balcony here. But with Barcelona's heat in summer and this closeness of people living together in these conditions, by gee, if there was no air conditioning, it'd be nice and warm, wouldn't it? And see, that's not in good nick. This one, the wall's bowing out. It's got a big bow in it here, so that's not good. We've got a plant store here. €19 for a pot plant there. That's not cheap, is it? Surely not. So this is what happens. This little centre square here, it's just come from nowhere. One minute you're walking down a whole lot of lanes, then they pull the tables and chairs out. So I'm guessing it's a great social place where the local people who live within the streets around here come out and have a drink together. New or second hand?
Yeah, this one second hand.
Second hand.
Yeah.
Refrigerated second hand. Washing machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, so second hand businesses would be pretty good around here, I would have thought. There's the boys having a haircut. Yeah, they're all having a haircut. There's about 12 in there. Yeah, but all the washing's out. Today must have been washing day. Yeah, so it's pretty close quarters here in the Gothic region of Barcelona. The truck comes through, so there's got a lot of room. Let's see, another bar here, craft beer. Yeah, see, I've come here now. I don't want to get lost. I think I went down that street earlier. So there is underground car parks, look. That's incredible, isn't it? The number of people living in close quarters here, and there's an underground car park. I'll tell you what, I'd like to know what percentage of them have got cars. I'll tell you it'd be pretty low, I would have thought. Yeah, superb, I've made it back. I can always picture that coffee shop on the corner. Yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed the little walk around the Gothic Quarter of Barcelona, Spain. I find it interesting to watch different people's accommodation and how they live. It's totally different to what I'm used to in Australia here. This is apartment living in very close quarters and in old buildings. Some of these buildings 150 to 200 years old, so you can imagine the conditions inside wouldn't be too great. But alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.